just give us a 30,000 foot perspective on what is this blockchain thing? What's happening here?
We're convinced that this is nothing less than the second generation of the internet. That we've had the internet of information going back, predating that photo, and now we're getting the internet of value.
Right.
And that the most important technologies for companies, governments, and for that matter, the economy and society are not the social web or big data or mobility or the cloud or even machine learning and artificial intelligence. It's the blockchain. And essentially, with this internet of information, when you share some information with somebody, you're actually not sending them the information, you're sending them a copy. And that's great generally. Mm-hmm. But it's not so great when you start to talk about digital assets that are owned by someone and that might have some kind of commercial or other value. And if I, Alan, send you some money, it's really important that I no longer have the money. And this has been called the double spend problem by cryptographers for a long time.
Right.
I don't know, Alex, you want to add on to that?
The one thing I'll add is only that because we don't have a native digital medium for value the way we do it for information, right, and because there's no way of guaranteeing when you send an asset that it doesn't leave a paper trail or breadcrumb trail, as Don mentioned, we rely on intermediaries like banks, like governments, like big technology firms like Apple and Google. And these intermediaries perform really important functions in business online, which is simply to establish trust, to verify the identity of parties, to perform the transaction logic, which is the processing and settlement and clearing of transactions, and to keep records. And generally, these intermediaries do an okay job, but with some pretty significant limitations. For one, they are all centralized, and anything that's centralized is vulnerable to attack or hacking or failure. They capture our data, not only preventing us from monetizing it, but also potentially undermining our privacy. They exclude a lot of people from the global economy. There are 2.5 billion people in the world who don't have access to financial services. They slow things down. Like when you go to Starbucks and tap your card reader, you think it's instant, but it's actually going through this labyrinthine system of intermediaries. Right. In sum, they capture an asymmetric amount of the value in the global economy. So what we have here is finally an opportunity with a brand new technology platform for two or more parties to transact or do business, to move, store, and manage literally anything of value, as Don mentioned, not just money and financial assets, but potentially intellectual property, titles and deeds, even things like votes or identity or whole companies in a secure and private manner without the need for an intermediary. And that is a profound and important innovation that is going to have huge implications for business and for society.